Yeah, people, I think I'm blessed. In fact, I know I'm blessed. Blessed in no God sense, but just blessed in the way that everything I see and everything that comes upon me is actually coming at the right time, for the right reasons, for whatever. And I've just here come across the reason in which I believe now that one of the huge reasons that I got kicked off xxytalk, but it's never been told to me. I have to work out myself, which obviously racks your brain a bit too much, and you just don't bother trying to work out somebody else's head on that level. But I've actually come across something here now. They're talking about you know, that political stuff will not be allowed on the site, and so the main guy, I'm gonna call you prick again, Rick, because until you actually have the balls, right, to come and talk to me publicly, by the way, none of this private shit anymore, because we did Messenger privately, and the amount of crap that you said, oh, that you'd feel my girlfriend and you'd kiss my girlfriend, blah blah, and whoa, warped head you have, to be honest with you, on a lot of levels. Yeah, you wrote a lot of horrible things to me, and then pretended that you actually liked me, or maybe you did like me and you ended up not liking me. Anyway, point here is that you've written this, prick. I don't intend to hire a consulting firm to define what is political on xxytalk. I think everyone pretty much knows which topics concerning politics of one country versus another gather the most heated arguments. I just pick my nose there as we think of America versus the world, yeah? Frankly, we did not have this problem until one particular member, that would be yours truly, people, began his agenda of running down another country at every opportunity. Now, just before I go back, I'll tell you when I'm going back into what he wrote. But until one particular member began his agenda of running down another country at every opportunity. Me, particular member, began, I didn't begin, Oneinco began. Okay? And what I had written was just quite clear that needed to be said, that yes, Iraq, Afghanistan, now Iran will probably be your next little bully field. But I had to say it. I had to say it, and I really, with the discussions that we had, I was generally keeping politically correct. Whereas Oneinco wasn't. I'll fucking find those posts myself. And at this stage I'd say that prick, Rick, and anybody else who's on the team of hiding the truth, yeah, on xxytalk, they will try, if they can, and erase my posts. Maybe they haven't erased my posts, because I was told my posts were fucking erased, but they're not erased, I see. Maybe some of them are. But I don't think they can. Maybe they can't erase. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to get back to this line. One particular member began his agenda. It wasn't my agenda. My agenda is people together, by the way. The name Peace and Party should suggest that. And as many times on xxytalk they said, where's the peace in your name, Gavin? Excuse me, people, but calling myself Peace and Party is actually an aim for myself to become more peaceful. And in fact I am extremely peaceful, and I've proved that to myself without testosterone and on testosterone for 13 years, without the testosterone for coming up to a year now. And I'm more aggressive definitely off the testosterone, but certainly not when I'm on the testosterone, so get clear there. Running down another country at every opportunity. I wasn't running down America, because I wasn't running down another country, really. I mean, I was running down Ireland even. I was actually even running down Ireland at some points. And I wasn't doing it at every opportunity. But I do admit that I was on xxytalk. I had nearly 2,000 posts, you know, in a year, which is a lot. And just look at YouTube, I have 300 videos in a year now. Do you know what I mean? I do have a lot of opinion, and I do have the time to do it, and I do like to talk about things, yeah. I'm a very social creature. So anyway, then this is Rick now talking again. He's obsessed with it. I'm just going to say the line again. Frankly, we did not have this problem until one particular member, that's singling out me, which is disgraceful in its own way, but until one particular member began his agenda of running down another country at every opportunity. He's obsessed with it, and to the point that it truly changes the atmosphere and brings out the worst in the rest of us. This is blame, 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 including myself. So, what he's done there in that sentence is he's blamed Peace and Party, although he hasn't said Peace and Party. But he doesn't need to say Peace and Party, because everybody who's in this thing has a clue who I am. They obviously would ask, who's the anonymous person who wrote these posts here, and why. I don't know if they asked, why is he anonymous? Why is he gone? Because nobody seems to give a shit really whether I'm gone or not, which is sick in itself, because obviously another reason I am gone is because of Jeff Cook. I tried to save his ass from being kicked off xxytalk, and Rick was saying, absolutely not, Gavin. If you try and convince me of keeping him on, then you're gone as well, is actually what was said to me. Anyway, I'm going to continue this line here. Sorry to interrupt it. He's obsessed with it, and to the point that it truly changes the atmosphere and brings out the worst in the rest of us, including myself. I've found that when I first started this site, that discussions of religious beliefs did the same thing. Neither accomplished anything other than to further divide people. Somebody everywhere has to make decisions that will be unpopular and resented, but that's life. You deal with it in your own church and at your job. No doubt someone under you thinks you are prejudiced and unfair. You can't please all the people all the time. I would very much like to, but it's virtually impossible. Well, I think what would please everybody, and including myself there, Rick, would be as if you just simply allowed me to be on the site as Peace and Party and be able to look at what's been discussed, because I think that's important for the general population in the world of XXYs especially, and of course for the general intersex community. I need to know what's going on with XXYs in the world, and the only way I'm going to know that is with xxytalk, because it happens to be the best site in the world. Alright? And yeah, so I think you should bring me back on, and you should restore my posts to being Peace and Party, not looking like some guy who looks like piss. PP is very, very much close to piss. Urine. And so I'd like you to bring me back on, and they're my demands. Bring me back on. Change PP to Peace and Party again, so people know what I've written, so that you're not hiding the truth from them. And realise that my agenda is nothing to do with talking about the biggest terrorists in the world, America, which I will stand by till they come and get me and stick me in the electric chair, which is of course very fair and just, isn't it, in that American freedom of speech world. Goodbye.